Good morning. Today I'm going to do some baking. Well, it's not actually baking today because we don't need to cook any of it in the oven. We just need to use the top of the hob. So we're going to make some chocolate crispy cakes, but we're going to do it as a slab so you can cut it then into squares. Okay. So for this recipe we just need some Cocoa Pops, any type of Cocoa Pops from any shop, it doesn't matter. You can use Rice Krispies. I just find that it covers better with the chocolate if they're already chocolate on them in the first place. So we just need some Cocoa Pop cereals and we just need 2 slabs of chocolate. Again, this can be any chocolate. If you want to make them, if you're diabetic and you would like to make these, then you can also buy diabetic chocolate that you can make them with, okay? So, first of all then, very first thing, just wash my hands so they're nice and clean. So we're going to open our bar of chocolate and we're just going to break the bits into the little squares, because what we need to do is obviously melt the chocolate down. Now you can actually melt it in a microwave. I don't, because I prefer to do it the old way of melting it on the hob. But you can melt it in the microwave. What you need to do is use a microwavable bowl and just put it in for sort of 20-second stints and then mix it down and take it out. So for today we're going to be melting it down on the oven. So we need 2 lots of chocolate. So we're just going to break it into the squares. Now I think this time of year we all need a little bit of chocolate. So this is quite a nice treat. You can have this with a nice cup of tea, or when it's done you can have it as a pudding. Entirely up to you. Rubbish over there. So we've got our bowl all mixed with our chocolate all mixed. Then we need a saucepan that fits the bowl on top. Okay, now I've tried it out. You need to make sure your bowl, this is a glass bowl because it needs to be heat proof. Okay, because obviously the water in the saucepan will get very hot. So I've put a little bit of water in and I've tested that the bowl sits on top. What you need to do is test the bowl out on top first, because if you've put too much water in, it will overflow when you put the bowl on. So just before you do anything else, put the water in, pop your bowl on. As long as it sits nicely, that's perfect. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to move this over to the oven. Okay, so now it's on top of the oven. Okay, we put the oven on, sort of a medium heat, and then we just need to sort of stand here, get our mixing spoon. So for this one for today I'm using this spatula, and we just need to sort of wait a bit for the chocolate to start melting. Okay, as it melts you just need to mix it round till and just push the chocolate aside once the water gets warm, so it sits nicely on top of the saucepan. Can you see? And then in a minute you'll see the chocolate start melting. So nice easy recipe today, and I think at this moment in time we all need a little bit of chocolate in our life to make it feel nice. So nice as a little treat as well. Okay, so I'll give that a couple of minutes and then I'll come back and show you what it's like when it's melted. Okay. Okay, so the chocolate's been cooking for about a couple of minutes. As you can see, it's melting lovely. So I'm just going to give it a mix, just a gentle mix. You can see that got a few more chocolates still not melted, but you can see it's turning nice and runny. So we're nearly there. Just gently move it round so all the chocolate melts down. So we're nearly there. There we go, a couple more minutes. Right then, the chocolate's all done, so I'm just going to get it. Got my oven gloves on ready, okay? The bowl is actually going to be hot now, so we lift the bowl off. And I've got some tea towels here that I'm just going to place the bowl on, because obviously it's going to be very hot. So we've got the nice melted chocolate all here. Okay, just be careful because if you touch the bowl it is hot. So we're going to just get our cocoa pot and we're going to put some in our mixing bowl. Now I'll probably put maybe a quarter of the packet, so about that much. This is just a small mixing bowl, because I think that's all we need. So just need our oven gloves back again to hold the bowl. Hold the bowl with your oven gloves. And then we're literally just going to pour the chocolate that's melted. Oh, it smells amazing. Pour the chocolate into the mixing bowl and then just scrape off any excess chocolate. And there we go. So put that one back down on the tea towels for now, because again it's still quite hot. And then all we're going to do is mix the Cocoa Pops round with the chocolate so that all the Cocoa Pops get the hot chocolate on them. There we go. Now at this point, if you want, which I'm going to do, you don't have to put these in, but I'm actually going to try this now. I've not put them in before, but I'm going to try and make it into sort of a rocky roady slab. So I'm going to put a few marshmallows in, just a little tiny handful, okay, and then we're going to give it another mix. Okay, it's looking quite good. Right, because the marshmallows have disappeared a bit, I'll put a few more in. There we go. Nothing like a little rocky road treat. So again, a little mix. So the chocolate has now coated all of everything that's in there. So we get a little tray, any sort of tray. This is just a little oven tray, but obviously it's going to go in the fridge, so it doesn't matter. And all I've done at the moment is line it with parchment paper. You don't have to do that, but I just thought I would today, just because it's easier. And it's probably less mess cleaning up as well. So we're tipping our chocolate into our tray, scrape it all in, and then with your spatula, press it down into the corners so that we're trying to make it flat. There we go. Give it a nice... Now the thing is with the parchment paper, I'm hoping, is when we lift it up when it's cold, it comes off quite easy. We'll have a look and we'll have a go. So it's quite nice and chewy because it's got marshmallows in. And what I'm going to do on the top is actually just get a few more marshmallows and just sprinkle them on the top. So there we go. There's our Rocky Road crispy marshmallow slab. Okay, so all we do now is put this in the fridge for probably about 15 minutes. Okay, so we'll see how that goes. Hello again. Right then, so half an hour it's been in our fridge, so it's looking nice. So what we're going to do, because it's got the parchment paper on, hopefully it'll be easier. It looks like you can just lift it out and then just pull the parchment paper off it. If you didn't use parchment paper, you could just use a utensil and just scoop it out. But obviously with the parchment paper, it makes it easier. So literally we're just going to peel the paper off. Now it's not fully hard yet, because what I thought I might try and do is cut it, there we go, before it's absolutely solid. So it looks absolutely delicious, look at that. So we're going to just cut it into little slabs, little squares, sorry. Okay, there we go. And then cut it again, so they're going to be like little, just be careful if you're using a sharp knife again, but there we go. And then as you can see, I'm going to show you, I've cut them into bite-size chewy marshmallow treats. So what we can always do is put them on a plate, and then what I would do is put them back in the fridge for a bit, because they need a little bit longer to go hard. There we go. So I'm going to put some on a plate, and then also what you can do to make them last a little bit longer, you can actually put some in an airtight container, and then they'll last 3 or 4 days then, so you've got a treat sort of for every day. So put some in an airtight container and put the lid on and put them back in the fridge. Enjoy! Thank you for watching.